So we're at Emerce eDay, and I'm honored to talk to Viveca Chan, the founder and CEO of the We Marketing Group. Welcome in Amsterdam.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be here.
What will you be talking about today?
Today I'm going to talk about how China is disrupting business with digital innovation.
And what can we in Europe learn from how you guys do business in China?
Well, we are learning from Europe. We're learning from the West for the last 30 years how to do branding. Okay, branding is a Western concept. But in the last 10 years, digital marketing has really changed the landscape. And I think that in terms of the application of the latest digital technology, etc., China is now very advanced. And the reason I think is because the big players like the BATs, Baidu, Alibaba, Tencent, have really set up a very comprehensive ecosystem. So we all talk about the super app of Tencent, the whole complete ecosystem of Alibaba. And if you want to do e-commerce, they do everything from giving you a platform, their technology, their payment, their logistics, etc. So if you're an ordinary manufacturer or a brand, you don't have to build everything yourself. You don't have to build your own website, you don't have to set up your own logistics, you don't have to think of how the consumer is going to pay you, because it's all there. You just need to understand how to use it, and you concentrate on what you do best, which is how do you market your product, what's the message you want to get across. So if you know how to navigate the system, you know what the consumers are doing, then it is a very, very easy way to do it. And secondly, I think the consumers are very digital savvy. If you look at the statistics, I have one that shows Netherlands versus China. And Netherlands is still have a lot more people in terms of percentage using internet because urbanization is much higher. But in terms of using social media, using mobile, China is way ahead of anybody in the world. So everything is on mobile, everything is cashless. And so I think that in terms of mobile marketing, digital marketing, here's where some of the cases China is a bit advanced.
That's very interesting. So Europe is good in branding, China is good in ecosystem, digital technology, and the digital savviness of the consumer. And can you give one example of a project or client that you've worked on that you're very proud of?
Well, our really big case last year is a brand of a local coffee brand called Luck In Coffee. And it started in January of 2018 with one shop in Beijing. And now it's like a really big disruptor to Starbucks. And it's got over 3,000 stores and just went IPO in May of this year. And why it is can be so successful is because it used internet thinking to rethink the coffee business. So, for example, if you want to buy a cup of coffee, you have to download the app. Even if you go to the store, you can't pay cash, you have to download the app. And with the app, you now know who's your consumer, you know what they buy, where they buy, how much they buy, you can upsell and cross-sell. And it would also helps a lot in the logistics because you can optimize your whole logistics. So with that, the other thing we are encouraging is, so we are better quality, but we are cheaper because Starbucks is actually quite expensive and the reason why it can be cheaper is because we pay less rent because we don't have a lot of big flagship stores. And what we're saying is that you shouldn't go and find the coffee should come and find you. So we use a lot of what we call advertising on Tencent, which is moments. So when you're like in a conference, you're very tired, want to why don't you have a cup of coffee? So because it is mobile, we know the situation, the time and date. We can make the message a lot more relevant. So understanding how to use digital, mobile marketing, social, understanding how to use data to retarget, we can build a much more efficient way of doing business.
That's a great case. I'll definitely check it out. I'm also curious about yourself. You've built a business with 250 people. What is your main talent or secret? How have you achieved this?
So we call ourselves WE, W-E, for two reasons. It stands for the best of East meet West. So I have been educated in the West. I work for global companies. Most of my career I was chairman CEO of Grey in Greater China. So we bring a lot of best Western practice, but at the same time, we're very focused where we are because we are Chinese, we understand China. So we kind of bring the two together. It's not one or the other. Secondly, we're called we because it's just not one person, it's we together. We really believe in this world is all about collaboration. So I did not build the business with myself. I can't do it myself. I have the business with other partners. So I have 7 partners. And without them, I couldn't build the company. And they each manage different offices, different skill sets. We also join a global network of worldwide partners. And it is what it is they're all independent agencies, and we group together to form one of the world's biggest network. So we are very much like working with local companies, understanding local cultures, and we work together to create a global network.
So it's really collaboration, both with people, but also with different regions. My final question, what is the main takeaway that you hope people get out of your talk today?
I think the main takeaway is you have to think today about what your core competence first. Things are changing very fast, and you try to learn, do what other people do and copy them is no use. So like in the case of Luckin Coffee, what is your core competence? And then you have to think of ways, creative ways, to disrupt what is there, to best use of resources. As I said, you can't do everything yourself. Things are going too fast. Get the best and right partners and inspire them and do it together. So we hope, my job here today, what I hope to achieve is to let people know what we can do. I hope to know more friends here, and hopefully we can do better things together.
Thank you very much for your time.